Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Aramopoulos, and these are my co-hosts.
I'm Talia.
And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Cause y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure, never break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle.
Welcome everybody. We're back to another episode of the Hustle Podcast, episode 17, I believe.
Yep.
Am I right?
You gotta get your shit together.
I don't know. There's too many fucking episodes that we're doing.
Aren't we at 18?
It could be 18.
It's lucky number 17. Lucky number 17.
I think it's 18.
You're asking me. I don't know these. I don't know the answers to these
Anyways,
questions.
we got a special guest in the building. We got Cali, a.k.a. Mr. Merker Miyagi, a.k.a. Merker Music in the fucking building, man.
AKA Juice.
Oh, shit.
Taking it back. Yes, I know it's my turn.
There
So
you go.
for people who may have not heard of this guy right here, if you are an English or maybe even French artist on the hip hop side of Montreal, you've definitely recorded at his studio. If you haven't recorded at his studio, you've went with somebody to his studio and been the annoying person in the background talking too loud while there was a session going on. He's also an artist in his own right, beat maker, and just a fucking great guy, bro. It's good to have you on the show.
Man.
This is my dude right here, for real.
Thank you. I
How you
appreciate
feeling,
that.
man?
That's the intro of a lifetime right there.
I'm trying to get my intro game better. I kind of fucked it up the last couple
You gotta
episodes.
cue the crowd. The big crowd noise comes in right there. And you're done.
Exactly. That's post production right there.
I just wanted to say that today you shaved your beard or something a couple of days ago.
Yeah. So
Cali got enough for the both of you. So
I just
You got
had
intimidated.
this
I was gonna
impulsive. I had like this impulse to just see what I look like without a beard.
Yeah, don't do that ever again.
Big mistake. Yeah, I won't do it. I do have a weak chin apparently.
I
So
made that mistake once.
Yeah.
I made that mistake once.
we're not gonna do it.
if there was
Still
the
traumatized.
that's the pedophile database, it could look a bit like that without the face.
Coming from Greek Steve Urkel over here, it means a lot. It means a lot.
You see what happens when you make rumors and say I'm pregnant? Now
Okay.
look who's the baby.
That's another thing. We
Oh.
got to put that to rest, guys. Just letting everyone know that Talia is not pregnant.
Thank you.
She was never pregnant.
Nope.
And that's it, right?
That's what they
Perfect.
say. That's what they're saying. That's the story.
I mean, she definitely was pregnant.
I wasn't pregnant.
We'll leave that.
All right, let's get to
And
the good
I
stuff,
just
man.
want to apologize first, because me not being a woman, Talia, I know that's like a big disappointment for you. You love it when there's women on the show,
Yeah,
so you're always like,
it's
yes,
okay.
you
There's
know, and
enough
a
of
girl.
tech for that today.
Sorry, okay, he's gonna bring the feminine energy
I'm not
today.
sure what you mean by that.
Well, you shaved the beard, so now you're
I'm a woman.
you're looking like one.
Okay. Well, moving on.
Yeah,
Moving
man,
on.
yeah,
All right,
man.
let's
Thanks
get to
for
the good
having me,
stuff.
though, for real, man.
Thank you for
Appreciate
coming on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Let the people know a little bit about yourself. How did you get into the world of music? How did you find a love for it and everything like that?
Music, it's been so long. Like when I really started, I was 11 years old. My government name is Chris, and
Chris.
my best friend at the time, his name was Chris too. We were 11 years old. I turn on the television and I see crisscross, which is two 11-year-olds that are both named Chris, and I'm like, wow, look at my boy. I'm like, yo, that could be us, So that was that was the spark that started it all. And from there, it was, just the rapping verses on the end of songs where the beat just plays out, or getting instrumentals and just getting turntables, playing around with that when I was like 12, 13. So just started from there. But
Back in the analog days.
right, exactly. I used to record on a 4-track tape deck.
That's crazy.
I feel so young. I feel so young.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was a different time, but yeah, man, that's why I started. My earliest memory of music would probably be my mother singing a cappellas on the same 4-track in the living room. So that's probably my first experience, with music. But so it was there. And I mean, I don't know. When I was 11, it was just like, this is what I want to do, and I just haven't shook since. It was like, it's the backup plan for the NBA. I really wanted to be in the NBA, True story, you know, like actually that's plan B, to be honest with you, the NBA. Plan A, I wanted to be Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
As my very
That
first,
was the
you know
era
what I
back
mean?
then,
Like,
for sure.
yeah, man, I used to do martial arts when I was like 7, 8 years old and stuff, you know. So
Did you have like the open toe sandals and shit?
no, didn't go that far. But I had a bunch of the gear. I had the, you know, the karate.
So here's the
Kid
question: Did you
headband
have
and
the bruises from the nunchucks?
Oh, for sure. I had the nunchucks, and I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I used to do kung fu like twice a week, and then I was young, but then they would invite me to go do the adult classes on the Friday night where I could go later, and so it was like really a passion. You know, I really loved the kung fu.
did not
For me,
know
it
this
was
shit.
like, yeah, it was like
Can you
I
still
want to
do
be
high
Bruce
kicks,
Lee.
bro?
No, that's the thing. So now I can't even like I can't even bend over and touch the ground. You know, it's like it's crazy. And I think about when I was that age, I used to jump up and do splits, all that
Damn.
shit. You know, it was like
Jean-Claude Van Damme
yeah,
for real, bro.
exactly. So
That's crazy,
that
son.
was plan A. You know, so that dream didn't plan out. You know, and then so plan B, I was like, okay, well, I could settle for being an NBA player. You know, that won't be so bad, right?
Then you realize you're not Eastern European,
I
so
know
it's not gonna work. You know, our skin
I
tone,
was-
you got to be from like the Baltic areas in order to make it to the
I
NBA.
was
I
slow.
feel like.
I was slow and short at the time, so there was no
It's not
chance
gonna-
for me.
yeah.
You know, I got a dope shot because of it, but that's it. You know, it wasn't enough to take me all the way. You know.
So basically, a couple letters of the alphabet later, and you
There you
decided
go,
to
plan
go-
C, you know, music, boom. It's
That's
like, okay,
it.
but I'm hanging on to this one, you know. There hasn't been any shaking. Well, actually, to be honest with you, that's the thing. So it was always music, right? But then I started realizing that as an artist, you can express yourself in so many different ways, you know, even like down to just writing, you know, or taking a picture. Like it's just as deep as making a beat or writing a song. There's really no difference, you know. So with songs, obviously, it's a word. Like you're writing out songs. There's words, so it's clear. You know, I love you, I miss you, whatever. You know, it's obvious. But when you take a picture, you can convey that love in a picture the same
open
way.
for
You know what I mean? Like,
interpretation.
exactly, exactly. So it might be. But yeah, and so really I've been trying to expand different ways to express myself artistically, even outside of music. Like, reason why I came and auditioned for, you know what I mean, for The Hustle, because I wanted to try to get into the acting
I got
thing.
some good news for you, man.
Yeah, talk to me. What's up?
I think Tech is the only one that I let know about this, that we're almost back on track for that movie.
Yes, let's go.
Tomorrow we're finishing up a short film.
Nice.
And right after that, that's the only thing that's on the plate.
Ah, beautiful.
that movie.
Beautiful. I'm looking forward
And
to
that
it,
short
man.
film that we just finished up, you're also on it too.
Yeah, with the
You got a voiceover on
yeah,
that.
I did a one too.
Yeah. I should have played it for you guys right now so you could hear it. You would not recognize this man's voice at all.
The news anchor, right? The
news
radio,
anchor,
the radio
yeah.
news anchor. Yeah, see, but even that, like voiceover work, like yeah, I would love to do voiceover for like a cartoon movie or something. Like obviously like a Disney movie.
That's
that
a
would
lot
be
of fucking work. Though.
amazing. Yeah, I know.
a lot
But I
of
think
work,
it'd
bro.
just be so amazing to just experience that, you know. Like, so I appreciate you reaching out to me for that, you know. And
Step one, man. That's it.
yeah,
you know?
there you go. There you go. So I'm just
Definitely.
trying to, you know, so it's definitely the music is like the base, that's the love, that's forever. But I'm just always trying to figure out other ways where I can express myself and have a voice, you know.
And the name Cali, Merker Music, where does that come from? Where does that stem
Man,
from?
with the name, it's tough. See, I've been struggling with my name forever, right? Because
You'll always be
Yeah.
Cali.
yeah, you know, that's what I'm saying. And then
It
that's
is
how
what
I
it is.
know. But with the evolution of it, I know like where people know me from by how they they refer to me. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like my family, like I said, because Chris, even me, like I don't even respond to Chris. It's like I hear it so little, and it's just like, so, and it's like my family from like birth, you know, that calls me Chris. And I know 1-2 people that will call me, and it's like always weird when I hear it, you know. But then, because me, I was born in France, and then I moved to Vancouver. So when I moved to Vancouver, I'm the French guy, you know. And then from Vancouver, I moved to California. So California, I'm the Canadian guy, you know. From Vancouver, then from California, I moved to Montreal. Then Montreal, I'm the guy from Cali, you know. So I'm always like the last place that I was from, and here it's my brethren flesh actually that called me Cali boy from when I came. He said, hey, Cali boy. Cali stuck, you know, and then Cali became Cal Juice, and then some people just call me Juice. So that just evolved, you know. But with the music, I ran with Cali because that's the name that was given to me, and I wasn't down to like pick a name for myself, you know. So I said, okay, that's the name that was given to me. I did the Cali thing, but
You
then
didn't
it
even
was
get to choose. It was
yeah,
given to
yeah,
you.
exactly.
It's
But
better that way.
It's
though.
better.
is,
That's
though.
what I'm
Because
saying.
like you named yourself
good
Young
'cause
Awesome. Like,
Scientific
hard.
wonder. Like, okay, relax, bro.
It's really hard to find a name for yourself that sticks with people, and when
For
people
sure.
give you something that sticks, even better.
It's
Young
just-
Percocet.
it's natural,
Like,
you
relax,
know?
bro.
Right, exactly. Like Talia, your mother gave you that. It works.
Okay, first
There
of
you
all,
go. Yo, that's what I'm saying. The government name. You can't go wrong with the government name still. It works, you know?
it does. It does.
It works.
does.
Yeah, nowadays
It
everybody's
sounds
using more of
exotic,
their
you know?
actual names. right?
Sometimes people think, what's your profession? You're a stripper with the kind of name Talia? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, no.
So you are a stripper?
No, I'm just saying people think like it has that ring to it.
Got you.
This
Because
is
I was
the
gonna,
new rumor.
I was gonna throw money at you and see what happens.
Yeah, I was gonna throw hands, bro.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you want to do that with me, but it's
gonna-
okay. It's all
I
love.
saw you wrestle
It's all
with
love.
Lambros. I'm not too worried.
Listen, that was 50 pounds ago. He's in for a motherfucking rematch fight to the death. You heard?
I can't wait to see
To the
that.
death and shit. I'm down. Let's
Man's
get
is
it.
like,
Yeah, because he knows jujitsu.
She still has the footage.
Oh,
That's
no,
fine.
drop
That's
that. Drop
That's
that
all right.
footage,
No,
though.
no, drop the
No,
edited
no.
footage. Drop the edited footage.
we need to get the footage from here.
With the rematch. The rematch.
Oh,
and
the
then put them
rematch is
together,
gonna be.
you
I'm
know?
telling you, it's gonna be a fight to the death. That's a fact. It's a fact.
So
Yeah, man.
you've been on the scene for quite a while.
Yeah.
How many people do you think? How many people do you estimate came through the clinic? Drop down some bars.
Yo, honestly, like, I mean, hundreds for
Thousands.
sure. You think it's 1,000? I don't know, man. Like,
I don't. I
with-
mean, yeah.
I work with over 100 artists every year for sure, like that I know, and so it's a lot of the same people over the years, obviously, but not always. So I don't know, maybe
But
like
people
a 300,
bring their
400.
features and their
Yeah,
boy
exactly.
who's
And
trying
maybe
to
like
rap
500.
and
I guess maybe
and
like
their
a
one girl
500.
to sing on the hook. And,
Right?
Like, trust me, it's been enough
The
people.
cousin that's trying
Exactly,
to sing.
exactly.
And out of your experience, like, how many do you think are like they'll come once, twice, and then you don't hear about them again? If you just gave up on the dream, or
I think
not to
that's-
shade anybody, but
no, but I think that's the majority of the people, honestly. Like, and I mean, especially, you get a lot of people that are just trying it out, you know, and that's cool. You have people that do it for years, but just do it like as a hobby or just for fun, you know. They're just doing their thing, and they know that that's what it is, and it's refreshing, honestly, working with people that like at least know what they're doing with their art. Because there's the people that talk about they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, you know, and then they never do anything. It's like, hey, like, man, I'm not here to knock nobody for sure. You know what I mean? It's hard. Everybody gets in their own way. That's what I see more than anything, is that like artists get in their own way. You know, there's always a good reason to like not release a song, you know? And at the end of the day, a song is super personal. It's like, you know what I mean? They're exposing a piece of themselves. So it takes a lot of guts just to come to the studio and just to record it with somebody else standing there. You know what I mean? Or you're not doing it alone. So there's that. And then now the thought of like releasing it for the world to hear, especially now, it's not like, so you're not printing up CDs and giving it to 10 people and 10 people heard it. You know what I mean? Like you put your shit up and it's like 1 million people could hear it tomorrow, if anything. That's scary, you know? It's like you're exposing yourself, you know? So a lot of artists are like, they'll keep working on the song over and over again and then never release it because it's never ready. It's never perfect. And it's like, it's never going to be perfect, you know? But I don't know. That's what I see more than anything, is people getting in their own way. So the people that are just, hey, going out there and just doing it, like, because I enjoy doing it, it's music. I make the song, it's for myself. I might let 1-2 friends hear it and whatever. It's like, well, me, that's enjoyable to work with, because it's like, there's no, you know what I mean? There's no smoke and mirrors. There's no, it's just, it is what it is. The man's enjoying himself. It's cool. I'm going to give my feedback, obviously, but it's like, I know, okay, we're not going to spend 3 hours on figuring out the best way to have the ad libs in the hook, because it's just for him to hear at home, you know? So we'll just do a quick mix, boom, so. But
You definitely just described me to a T, by the way. Like, this whole segment was like text session at the studio. You know what I mean? But it's all
the getting in your own way thing.
no, well, that's just, yeah, that's definitely me too. But it's also, there's different reasons. I'm a procrastinator, but I'm definitely like the super, like, if everything's not perfect, it'll just sit on my hard drive forever. And
Yeah.
like, you know, it's just,
But that's
yeah.
the majority of artists are perfectionists, you know. So that's why I see it a lot. You know, it's not, there's no cure for it. There's no way to. I mean, I try to push people. You know, I tell them, yo, it's dope. You should drop it. Yo, you know, it's never gonna be perfect. There'll always be the next joint. You know, but I'm not trying to push people out of their comfort zone either. It's like, you know what I mean? It's their art. I'm gonna respect their
I
space
just wish
and what
that,
they
like,
want to do. You know.
I wish I had the balls to be one of these guys who's like super trash and just doesn't give a fuck. But like, we all know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
these
yeah.
guys I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the music is horrible. And they put out like 4 songs a week, every week without fail,
On
videos.
SoundCloud.
Like, bro, it's like,
Always SoundCloud.
oh my God. Like,
Yo, check out my new track on SoundCloud. And
Oh,
like,
man.
audio sounds like shit. The mix is shit. Everything's shit. The guy's just releasing it, feeling himself. You're like, okay.
But I don't know, man. Me, I don't think anything is terrible, to be honest with you. Really and truly.
that's where we differ.
Yeah, no, because you know what? It's art, right? It's an expression at the end of the day. Like,
Is it,
bro, when
though?
it comes to painting, yeah, you know what? Like, I think it is.
I mean,
So,
on
I
that
think
sense,
it is.
yeah,
what
it's
if-
an expression, but it could still be a trashy expression.
Yeah. What if that artist that you just listen to and you're like, it's still okay? What if he really did it as a troll move? He's like, I'm just gonna make the most garbage song ever. I'm not gonna give a fuck about anything that I write.
I know an artist
And then
like
after you're like, hey, we have somebody looking into it, and they're like, well, it's not bad.
Yeah, well,
know?
but that's a lot of the hit songs. I think. I mean, 6ix9ine. I don't know. I've seen
Yeah, exactly.
videos where he
That's
talks
what-
about like, bro,
that's
I don't
what-
even
that's
know
where
what I'm
I'm coming
talking
from.
about. I'm just whatever. Yeah, like yo, I see the man makes millions of dollars because it's just art and it's just up for interpretation. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, so for sure you could say it's terrible. You know what I mean? That's your right. I'm not saying that I enjoy all art. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying like as I grow older, I realize that I can't really say if it's good or bad. I can say like whether I enjoy it or I don't get it, I get it or I don't get it. You know what I mean? But I can't really be like, yo, that's trash, because I mean, like maybe when Picasso was doing his funky lines thing, people were like, yo, that's trash, and it's like, yo, it's $100 million,
We'll
and he's
talk
like,
after the
art.
podcast. I'll show you some songs. You'll be like, this is trash.
No, and I get it. I know you hear stuff, but I mean, and then look, exactly, right? You can say it's trash. Right? I know hundreds of artists that are so dope, that are super dope, that put their heart and soul into their music. They make songs that like I think could really go far, and then nothing ever happens, right? And then you have that guy that like throws on the auto-tune and does a joke song where he's just like, you know, mimicking like the stuff that's happening now and whatever, and then 100 million views, you know what I mean, on YouTube. So it's like, I don't, you know what I mean?
It's like the confidence factor too, though. I think a lot of these guys that are doing those type of tracks and they're just saying a bunch of shit that's crazy and over the top, it's because they're fucking confident when they say it. Majority of the people.
I think people just like watching something that's like so irrelevant and stupid that they'll just like hype it up for nothing.
Like
That too,
watching train
that too.
wrecks, the whole train
But-
wreck.
but,
you know?
People have short attention spans, right? So within the the first 5 seconds of a video or a song, if you didn't catch their attention,
That's it.
they're not gonna keep watching it.
No, you
so
I know.
if you have someone like sitting with a guitar singing something really nice and beautiful, within 5 seconds you're like, okay, this is fucking boring. You see some dude on top of a car like throwing cash and acting like a fucking idiot with a bunch of strippers down under him. Everyone's gonna want to, okay, what's going to happen next? What's he gonna do next? What's he gonna do next?
Yeah, that's for sure. That's
Well, it's personality, and that's what I think a lot of artists don't understand. Is like you can be the dopest technical lyricist or the best singer with the greatest voice, but if when you come on the screen you're flat, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters.
Yeah.
Because like 6ix9ine's a great example. Even Waka Flocka is like a really good example. Like these guys are personalities. We're not listening to his music because it's fucking like, we're not listening to it for the art of it. We're listening to it because it's a vibe. And like when you turn on the video, you're fucking thoroughly entertained. Whether you like the guy or not, you're entertained, and
There
you're
you
gonna
go.
watch whatever
that goes
he
back
puts
to
out
what
next.
Steve was saying, confidence. Like if you don't have confidence, you're not gonna be.
Well, it goes back to what Tech was saying when Tech's like, I want to be that guy that just comes and fucking lays down the most horrible shit.
Yeah.
But he thinks it's good. That's what the thing
Yeah.
is. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys
If you
think it's
believe
good.
in yourself, people will believe in you too.
Exactly.
Okay, kids.
Never stop believing in yourself. That's what the fucking message is here today.
Yeah.
I think it's about connecting with people, man. If people can connect to it, then they'll fuck with it, you know? Even if it is trash or whatever the case is. It's like, I don't know. I think it's about connecting, you know?
Yeah, look, I think for the next video we shoot, I'm gonna bring a bunch of red bandanas for everybody, and we're gonna make this shit lit. You know what I mean? Let's do it.
Remind me to skip out on that one.
We're still waiting for the sex doll.
Yeah, so we
Sex
mentioned
doll.
that when one of you guys is absent, we're gonna put either a stuffed teddy bear to take over for you,
Okay.
and we're gonna put an inflatable sex doll. To take
Why do
over for
I have to
Talia.
be the sex?
Okay. Are we gonna put lipstick on it or
It's up to you, man.
okay, lipstick? So
So
you're
what-
gonna have to give me a
I
lipstick.
think
I come
Tech
back and
gets
that
to dress
lipstick is
it.
smeared, I'm
I
gonna
think
have
Tech should get to
questions.
dress it. So
It'll be flawless. I have impeccable style.
And you can name it too.
Well, Talia.
So I think what the people want to know is, how did you start the clinic? When was it established? When did you say, I want to start recording people? I don't want to rap.
I didn't. I
Still wanna rap?
never did. I
He
never
still
did.
doesn't. Though.
I still don't.
Fucking hate my job.
Yeah, no, what happened, I mean, I built a studio because it was to create music, you know what I mean? It was never to record other people. I built a studio, I started working with people. People would come and be like, yo, I'll rent it for $20 an hour. And I'm like, right, I didn't spend 10 grand on equipment to rent it to you for $20 an hour. I'm like, if you're a dope artist, we can like do a track together or whatever. But that's like, I had no interest in doing that. And it's thanks to my wife. I have to, shout out to my wife for that one. She's the one who, when she became pregnant with our child, she was like, it doesn't make sense. You should at least be, you know what I mean, like renting whatever. She sent me a one person, and from that, it's just been word of mouth. Like I never advertised, I never did nothing. I started at the $20 an hour, renting it out to people, and it just built up from there. So the clinic just really just became, and that's even the name the clinic was given by Prezi. Shout out Prezi from DPC. It was like a play on.
Shouts out his whole name.
He came up with the clinic because it was because I was trying to somebody, I think it was Tagans that came out with Mr. 514. So I'm like, oh, he's Mr. 514. Okay, so I'm gonna be Mr. 438, or no, I was like, oh, Doctor 438, and like, cause the producer thing, and I'm like, and I was like, oh, the digital doctor, and then I came over like the idea of like the digital doctor, and then so Prezi was like, oh, and this is the clinic, I was like,
This is
that's dope, yeah.
You've done something here.
yeah, that's fire. So that's how the clinic became, and it just built up from there. Like I said, it's just a thing that just happened naturally,
I have to
That's the
ask,
best way.
do you prefer recording and writing your stuff, or do you prefer creating beats and producing, engineering?
So the engineering, like it's just a skill that I like having because it enables me to produce and create, right? I don't have to like count on somebody to be like, oh, do this with it or something, you know what I mean? Like if I want it to sound this way, I can just do it. So it's like a convenient thing to have. But producing and making music is for sure like that's where the heart is, you know what I mean? Like that's what I enjoy doing the most. Like, so I'll record people come, they have their song, it's done, I'll record, I'll give my input, whatever. But when somebody comes and like the song's not really done, or they just have like an idea for a song, or like sometimes they'll come, they have nothing, they have no beat, they have nothing, they just wrote a song. And like, okay, so they'll just sing it for me, and it's like, okay, so then we start like
Find the BPM,
exactly.
The
So
metronome going,
yeah, exactly.
melody
you get the
comes
vision.
up like, oh shit,
man, yeah,
wait,
there you go.
wait,
And
add a kick. Oh shit.
Exactly. No, exactly. And that's like, that's when that's happening. It's like I'm in like I don't know, a blackout zone. It's like
For
heaven.
anyone who doesn't make music, let me tell you, you're missing out on the studio vibes.
Right?
Like, you are missing out on the vibes in the studio.
Yeah, when that creating's happening, it's magical. You get several people together, like all with the same goal. Like
Yeah, everyone's like bumping to it. It's just a whole rush of
The
emotions
synergy,
and feelings. Crazy.
Facts, because people ask like, oh, can I bring somebody with me to the studio or whatever? It's like, it's your session. No, you can do whatever you want. But the thing is that there's some people that just sit on the couch on the corner on their phone, and it's like, you're like draining
Killing
the
the
energy
vibe.
out of the
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, if you're not interested, or like if they bring like the two girls are there and they're talking to themselves on the side, and the man's there in the booth. It's like, bro, why did you bring these girls? Like, they don't even care about your music.
What's the worst story you've had at the studio?
Oh,
like, let's keep it
man.
anonymous. We don't have to say who it was, but
Yeah,
your
but
worst
if I tell
experience.
stories, the people who are in it don't know.
we don't know who it is. We don't know who it is.
No, I don't have any. Okay, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't have horror stories really and truly, because everybody I work with is people that I know, because it's all word of mouth. So I don't have no weirdos off the street that just, you know what I mean, where it's like awkward vibes. It's like, no, you know what I mean? Like I record Tech, me and Tech, we have a relationship, we vibe, it's dope. If he brings the artist that he vibes with, if I'm vibing with Tech, most naturally I'm gonna vibe with the artist, you know what I mean? It's like 9 times out of 10, not every time. People come and it's like, okay, energy doesn't match, and it's like, then they just don't come back, you know what I mean? Nobody's gonna come and record at a studio where they're not comfortable, where there's no vibe. So like, I don't experience that really. I experience it once in a while when there's a new person, and it's like, it's awkward, and then they either don't come back, or they come back, and then we build that vibe where it's like, okay, everything's cool now, and so it's, you know what I mean? It's always good. It's always good vibes, man.
At least that you gotta get the right clients when you work with them. You know. What I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. But that's what I realized when I talk to other like studio owners and stuff. When they talk about the people they deal with or whatever, it's like I really don't have that at all, because everybody I know, like I said, like if Tech brings me somebody, he knows he's bringing me somebody solid, and then that person knows that Tech brought them, so they know if they don't do business properly, it's gonna reflect bad on Tech, and so you know what I mean. Like, so there's always kind of that protection of just like everybody wanting to be, you know.
Yeah. And over the years, working with some of Montreal's best rappers and everything like that, what songs were created in that studio that you think that we all know? Like maybe some anthems or...
No, you know what? That's the thing. I don't really have any anthems and stuff. What's crazy is that even like when Boy Blue dropped Hometown,
yeah, I forgot
like
about that.
Blue was at the studio every week. Those times we're working together. Blue's on like I don't know, dozens of my beats. You know what I mean? Like we work really closely together. And he didn't record Hometown by me, you know. It's like of all the songs, you're not gonna record by me, you know what I mean? But it's like, so but you never know which one it's gonna be, you know what I mean? And Blue was working hard, you know what I mean? So he was always recording all over the place, and so it's like, but I don't have any like certified hits to say that came out. What I have is more joints that I wish would get released, joints that I feel like could be hits, you know what I mean? And it's like, and people put in the time, and it's like. You know, I explain that to people, because before I used to just work with people, right? Like, I like you, you're a good artist. Okay, so we work together, we do something. But there's no like, you're not paying for the studio time or whatever. We're just working together. But that didn't go very far, because it's like, if people are not putting in, it's not gonna grow. It's not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, so start charging people hourly, you know? And it's like, and it's not because I'm charging you hourly that like, okay, you're a client now, and it's like, just give me your money, and then when you leave, it's like, I don't want to hear from you again until you're booking another session. It's whatever. Like, no, you know what I mean? If
you're investing your time into someone and you're not getting anything out of it, so if I'm not gonna get a royalty cut, if I'm not gonna get, you know, like at least pay for my fucking time.
Yeah, no, exactly. To me, it's like a minimum. So and it just sets the bar for people that are serious, right? Because if you're not even willing to invest $20 an hour to come and record yourself, then bro, you're never gonna have what it's, because it's gonna take so much more than that, you know. Like, that's just the very, very minimal first step. If you're not even willing to do that, like, how are you gonna put out a video? How are you gonna invest in marketing? How are you gonna, you know, like, you're not willing to sacrifice nothing. You're not willing to invest in yourself. So it just sets the bar. So now, like, okay, I'm only working with artists that are at the very least willing to put up a little bit of money to put their songs together, and that's dope. But the thing is that I'm invested in this shit. I love music, right? So if you bring me a song, I'm gonna try to make the song the best possible. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm putting a piece of myself into it, even though it's not my song. I'm not gonna, like, you know, tell you where you have to go with the song or whatever. It's your song, but maybe we could do this or do that, you know. And then okay, so I feel like I'm part of the song, and then you never release the song. It's like, I feel like my energy was wasted, you know. Even if you did pay for the studio time, it's like I invested like my creative energy into it, and like I wanted to see how it resonates with people, you know. I want people to
honestly
hear it.
Though, like, that's one of the dope. That's what set you apart from me, because I've recorded at a lot of studios in Montreal over my course of, you know, whatever career, whatever you want to call it, and like, one of the things that set you apart almost from the very beginning was that, like, you gave a shit about the record, which is like, because like I've been to studios, no name, no blame, but like the engineer's not invested. He's looking at his watch like, bro, okay, your session ends at 2, like it's 1:55, let's fucking wrap it up. Whereas you, especially if you like the song, will literally like, bro, like, okay, my next client's gonna be a half an hour late, fuck it, let's put some extra time in on the mix, let's do some creative shit, let's, you know, let's try this, let's try that. And like right from the jump, I was like, yo, I fuck with this guy because of that, you know what I mean? So it's like, yo, big you up for that, because there's not too many engineers that are really like that, for real.
That's really true. It's sometimes that could be like the make or break if you're gonna go back or not, if you're gonna keep doing business with them or not, you know. It's, people don't understand that just the time in the studio, you're working on the track, but then when they're not there, you're still working on the track, you know? There's a lot more than just, okay, well, we have a 2-hour session. Okay, it went past 30 minutes because I was mixing a bit. Okay, bye, have a good day. And then if you have free time after that, you're going to keep working on the track. You're going to keep getting those hi-hats right. You're going to keep getting those vocals just layered perfectly, you know? So I feel you, man, when you say you started charging people, because it's an investment. It's your time.
For sure. it just screens all the people that will just completely waste your time, you know. And then people will pay for studio time and still waste your time. You know, that's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to even step it up even more from there to only working with people who are like really serious about their craft. You know, eventually
That was
that's
like
the
super
goal,
important for me too, because I was working with engineers and producers that like I would record stuff and I was never getting my mixes back. Till this day, I'm waiting on mixes. Till this day, you know, and it's like.
Me, I mix on the spot in the studio because everybody is different. Like people like their ad libs, different levels and whatever. So I spend 3 hours on a mix doing it like the way that I think it should sound. But then maybe they just have a different vision. They're like, yeah, okay, so just scrap that. And it's like, oh, okay, no. But if you're in the studio, as soon as you start doing something, they can be like, okay, no, I want my, you know, I like my lead vocal like more like in the beat. Some people like it on top of the beat. Some people, you know what I mean? Everybody has their preference. So if they're there, I'm mixing on the spot, they can be like, yeah, like this, like that, and then you leave with your track sounding like how you want it to sound, you know. And then
So do you get any of the artists who go and be like, yo, turn on the auto tune, make me sound like Future?
oh, for sure.
Like that's just like that's their whole like
Put on the
so like
Travis
so
Scott
like
effect.
what are like your preferences for mixing? Yo, just make me sound like Future. But like, bro, your voice doesn't sound anything like Future. Yeah, but like just put auto tune on it though. Like, but that's
no,
not,
but that's what I
not how it works.
Fine
for
tune it
sure,
a
for
little.
That's not how it works.
But I explained it to them, like, right, essentially, like, because then they'll play me the joint, you know, because sometimes it's not even like a big known artist. They'll just be like, oh, I really like how he sounds here, and it's like, yeah, so there's clearly auto-tune on it, you know, varying degrees of auto-tune. Sometimes it's all the way up, sometimes not. And then varying degrees of delay and reverb. Like, that's really pretty much all it is. So some people like it more reverb, less reverb. You know what I mean? So when they play me stuff, it's like, yeah, we can for sure do that. But so now let's talk about how we can get your performance, like how his is, because, like, he's singing quietly like this. And that's why it sounds like it's a whisper. There's no, like, whisper effect to put on the voice. You know what I mean? It's like and then... Because you can play me two joints and it's like, okay, on that first joint, he's kind of whisper singing. On this one, no, he's more like belting, you know, and that's going to affect how the auto-tune, everything, you know what I mean? So me, it's like, I call it like it's just the polish, you know, I polish it up, but you have to bring the car, you have to bring the paint, you have to bring me something to work with, you know what I mean? If you bring me something to work with.
You can't polish a turd, man.
I'm saying, you know, we can throw some polish on it, but it'll still be just
I have to say it. Shout out to auto-tune rappers, okay? Not all of them, because some of them are actually fucking trash, like complete trash. But there's like, you have to be able to hit the note to get it to sound right. And some of them, like, they know they can't sing, they can't rap, but they could hit those notes properly. So it's still an art, and sometimes it does come out sounding fucking nice. So shout out auto-tune rappers.
I feel like you owe me an apology, because when Our World was on this show, we had this conversation. You were like, no.
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
I was pretty much that.
Yeah, I'll pull up the receipts. Give me your phone. But it's I'm bigging you up at the same time, because you're right with what you're saying right now, which is that, like, and we've actually had this conversation in the studio, which is that, like, singing for auto-tune is a fucking art within itself.
Yeah.
And people don't get that. Like, I always see people online like, this artist is shit. They use auto-tune. I used to listen to The Doors.
I get in shit for that.
He was fucking an amazing vocalist and everything had to be perfect. And it's like, yeah, okay, great, old man. But what you don't understand is that, like, auto-tune is a fucking art. Like, if you just grab the guy talking shit on the computer, put him in the booth and threw on auto-tune, you would still sound like complete horseshit.
Yeah, exactly.
With auto-tune or not.
Facts,
it's a fucking art, dude.
No, exactly.
And it took me a while to master, because I remember the first joint I did with auto-tune with you, bro. I went home depressed as hell. Like, I thought this shit was gonna sound amazing. This shit sounded trash.
It's almost like an instrument, you know? Like, I mean, your voice is an instrument for sure, and then auto-tune is like an instrument. You're using your voice to trigger the instrument, you know?
To
so
fine-tune the instrument.
You have to learn how to do it, you know? It's not just...
Yeah, whoever
knows,
just
put
knows.
auto-tune on it.
I got some auto-tune shit.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Ask Chris Creed, bro.
The Bazooki song.
He'll play you some shit.
I don't even have heavy auto-tune shit, and people will hate on me for using auto-tune. It's like, yo, it just polishes the voice, you fucks.
Well, not only that, but, like, it's the sound now.
It's the sound.
That's
the
thing.
sound,
That's
bro.
what
Bro,
I'm saying,
Ariana
you know?
Grande is like the craziest vocalist of our generation, and she uses auto-tune. So fuck you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of passion there.
She's
That's
super
like-
triggered right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Trigger
Like,
warning. Trigger warning.
It's the coffee.
Tell us how you really feel, though.
So another thing that I wanted to ask you is, working with all these people in the city, who do you think inspired you? Who helped you out along the way? Who guided you?
All of them. I'm glad actually you asked me that, because that's been the biggest benefit for me as like getting to engineer for all these artists, is getting to see their creative process, and then getting to apply it. So I get to see everybody's different, and I can be like, oh, that's dope. I'm gonna use that. That's very unprofessional.
I'm sorry.
Can't believe you
called
would
you
do that
out.
to me. I've never seen you do that on any episode.
I'm sorry, man.
That's a heartbreaker.
Listen, okay,
He's too comfortable.
I'm having a hard time of it. All right,
No,
guys?
that's
You bastard.
but no, but that's been like just being able to see that, so, and getting to take what I like and apply it to myself. It helped me grow as an artist. So I can't say one person in specific. I've been blessed to work with everybody I've gotten to work with, and I've taken a little piece from everybody, and it helped make me a better artist for sure.
So here's a cool question too. That's the worst segue that I've ever used, but what's
Only cool questions.
Yeah,
It better be really cool.
only cool questions
You really
from here
built
on
it up
out.
now. It got to be really cool.
what is your favorite era in Montreal hip hop? Because you've been around through a lot of these eras, bro. I'll tell you mine.
Okay.
And I was on the outside of this, and it pissed me off. But looking back, it's my favorite era, the New Money era.
Yeah.
When Blue and Peso and Blick and all of them went up to Masters at Work and,
Well, for sure.
and kicked in the door and was like, y'all ain't playing enough Montreal records, and just the whole movement that, like New Regime jumped on it, and it became like, it really was a moment in Montreal hip hop. That's my favorite era.
For sure. Definitely one of the most memorable for me, you know what I mean? As well, like I had a lot of records with everybody involved in that.
Super fact.
I remember when we did the West is Major show, and Bad News was there. Don Smooth, I think, was DJing too. Nick Fury, everybody, like the whole scene was up there. Like I brought out a bunch of people because I had tracks with a bunch of people. I let them come and rock their verse and all that, and it was like definitely a highlight for me for sure. Yeah, it probably would be that. Have to be that. It would have to be that as my favorite era. But it's like, to me, I like seeing it grow. You know what I mean? Like that era, looking back on it, makes me sad a little bit sometimes, because I feel like it could have been more than it was. You know, it was the beginning of something, and I really thought like
everybody kind of
something
splintered
big.
and went their own way.
Yeah, like, and obviously there's some tragic things that happened that definitely
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Bad
peace,
News.
DMB.
Absolutely.
for sure. But
For sure.
But so that's why for sure, to me it's like a golden era. I think
It was.
for sure in Montreal.
Because honestly,
hip-hop,
before
but,
that, it was like you had Magnum, you had Malicious, which was an intense battle. I had a pretty intense battle with somebody as well. That's a pretty historical moment. We don't need to go into that.
Yeah, I have to shout out Magnum though for sure, because Magnum, for me, coming up on the scene and doing shows and everything, Magnum was the first mans that I seen and was like, oh, this guy can
Like, he can
rap.
rap.
Like
Yeah,
he can
yeah, yeah.
really rap.
I
It's not
agree.
like he's
Mags
okay
was
for a
putting on-
Montreal guy. Like,
Yeah.
no, this guy can rap anybody under the table, and he's fire, and he's still fire to this day. And shout out to Magsman for that, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
not to put down Malicious or anything, but it was a whole different spectrum of
Yeah,
Not to
yeah.
put down anyone or anything, but I'm so young, I don't know any of these names.
But Malicious had some
You
badass
You got to do
videos.
some research, though.
Those
Seriously.
videos Malicious
I'll
had back in
send
the
you some
day,
shit.
Okay, send me some
he
shit.
had some badass videos. I forgot what
Malicious, yeah, his
Yeah.
shit
No,
was
Malicious
on
was
point.
dope too. It's just that
super professional.
at the time when that battle happened, Mag was on fire at the time, right? And I think maybe on Malicious's part, I think maybe he kind of underestimated Mags a little bit as just like the street rapper.
Yeah,
But the
yeah,
thing about
yeah.
Mags is he could fucking really rap, dog. Like
it was like a 50 Cent
yeah,
you know.
coming at everybody. You know? That's what it felt like.
Nah, super facts.
Plus,
Super
Mags had the streets, so it was, even though like Malicious could really rap too. Like let's be honest about it and be fair. But the thing is that Mags had the streets, so it's one of those battles. It's kind of like a 50 and a jaw rule. That's a bad example, but it's just kind of like a situation where no matter what Malicious did in that battle, I don't think he could have won because
Yeah.
Mags had the streets. You know, so it was just. I don't know. That's my take on it. If I offend anybody, fuck you.
There you
There's a
go.
lot of fuck yous to the cameras
Well,
today,
you know what I
guys.
what are you gonna do?
Why are we
I'm
angry? I want to
I'm
have
full
fun
of
today. You guys are
testosterone.
very angry, man. I didn't know.
All right, let's
want to have
let's
fun.
take this conversation overseas.
Let's go.
I remember you did some badass video in, was it France?
I did, yeah.
You told me that was a great experience of you filming that video
Oh,
in France
for
and all the people
sure.
that helped out with it. And
For sure, yeah. Because basically, I met I'm horrible with names. This is gonna be bad. I can't pull out the phone. But this amazing dancer, like a trip before that, I had went and I was writing bars by the Eiffel Tower, and I was looking for something and I couldn't find it, and so I seen him. He was there with his boys. They were bumping music and whatever, and he was dancing. So I came up and I started chopping it up with them and whatever.
You came in and started like
You
dancing
know,
too.
you know, I was like, oh. No, but so we just linked up, you know, and thanks to social media, you know what I mean, you can stay in contact with people easily. So we added each other up on whatever it was at the time, and stayed in contact. And I was told him like, yo, I'm gonna come shoot a video in France, and I want you to dance in it. And he's like, oh, for sure, he's down. So then he's like, send me a song that you want to shoot a video for. So I said, okay. I sent him the track. He said, oh, this is fire. He got another director on it. They came up with a whole script. They got 2 other dancers. He's dancing in it. There's 2 other dancers in it. They scouted out the locations. They had makeup artists on the spot. And like, I'm like, I sent the man a song, and like, you know what I mean? It was just, he did everything.
That is.
And like, I pulled up, the man said, okay, come. He had mapped out all the different steps where we're going to be shooting, the time slots, everything. And it's like, just come on this day at this time. And I showed up, and it was like, yeah, it was just amazing. And then like halfway through, and it was cold too. It was freezing cold. One of the girls, she was dancing in like a little white dress, and it was like, it's like Paris in December, so it's like humid and no, more like dying. And I'm like, oh my god, my heart's going out there, you know, because it's like she's doing this, and like you're throwing the coat on her as soon as she's done in between the scenes, you know, and we're going all over the place. And like me, I feel terrible because I'm like, and I'm just like enjoying myself.
This is my fault.
Yeah, this is like all for me, you know, and all this is happening for me. And the girl comes and she turns to me and she's like, oh, are you happy with everything so far or something? Like halfway through, and I was just like, like, no, like, stop, okay, like, it's too much now, you know what I mean? Like, and then even it was running late, and they were like, because we were supposed to be done by 9 o'clock or something, and he's like, we're not gonna be done, so if you have to go, you can go, and we're gonna finish shooting this. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm like, this is what I'm doing. Like, if this runs till 3 a.m, this is what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, it was a once in a lifetime experience, honestly. Like,
that's amazing.
having the video like that now, it's like I can't work with directors anymore out here because I'm like, bro, what do you mean? Where's the food? You don't have the makeup artist on? Like, no.
Like, no, we're just gonna stand in front of this building and look cool.
Yeah, no.
In this parking garage
That's
with
a hard
like
no for me.
40 of my friends.
Strobe lights.
Did you get to perform while you're down there or anything like that?
No, I didn't get to perform. I just did that, and I work with, because there's a French rapper that goes by Zed. Super fire. I had worked with him out here, and he moved back to France. So when I go there, I always try to get a track in
Was
with
that
him
like the
or
half
something.
Russian dude, or like he was?
No,
I feel like I
that's
bumped
not-
into him in the studio.
You might have bumped into him. Zed was super fire. This guy, he could have blown up for sure. Like, I've worked with a few people I felt I could really blow up, you know, but you have to really go. You have to give that 100% push. You know what I mean? At the end, and it's like not everybody's willing to do that. Leave it all out on the table.
You have to literally put your whole life into it.
Yeah, exactly. And then even then, there's no guarantee. So that's why I don't blame anybody who's like, no, I'm gonna go get a job. You know, it's like, you got bills, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, for sure.
There's no pension for rappers, man.
No, exactly.
That's a super fact.
Exactly.
But then again, you have to think, if they don't have a job, they can't pay for their, studio time, their music videos.
Well, no, exactly. No, you're gonna have to invest in yourself. But I'm saying, and then you build up, and then there's that certain point where you have to jump, right? Where it's like, and it's like, and you don't know what's gonna happen on the other side of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that on, like, I watched multiple things on people's success and different things like that, and they always mention that there's always that moment where it's like they had to where you could have just said, fuck it, and just turn back and say it's not worth it, or you just jump and you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, you're jumping into darkness, and the unknown, and like, and then you jump, and then you realize you're okay, and you can keep going, and that's where all the magical shit happens, is after the jump. You know what I mean?
You gotta realize that everything's a risk.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people just don't want to take that risk.
Yeah.
They're comfortable, but everything in life is a risk.
Facts.
So you gotta take that chance.
My favorite person to listen to talk about this shit is Dame Dash, because the way he breaks it down is just.
Stop being a chatty patty, bro.
What do you mean?
That was my favorite thing that Dame Dash said last night.
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. I'm like, isn't this a
going
podcast? Like, what are we doing here?
Why are you talking
Don't
tech?
talk.
Why are you
Nah,
talking
but like
Seven,
Dame,
Seven Leaf knows about this. We were in Vegas, and it was when he had that little beef, and he was just saying chatty patty this, chatty patty that. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's
No,
fine.
yeah,
It's
I
fine.
wanna hear
but-
about
but
Dame, man.
Yeah, no,
Dame.
my favorite shit that he says is like, and he actually said it recently. He was just on a live, just you know how he does. He just rants and fucking like makes people feel bad about themselves, which I love about him though. And he's like, listen, like any business venture that you do, no matter what it is, you're gonna have to expect to fail for at least 5 years. You're gonna straight up fail, fall on your face. You're gonna be in the red financially. You're gonna be taking losses on top of losses. And if you're not willing to do that for at least 5 years, you're not gonna be successful, bro.
7 years strong, baby.
I've been failing for 30. Let's go. I'm due
Mastered
I'm due
failing.
for some
What?
success. Trust me.
How do you mean?
Shit. Thanks, Dame.
No, for sure, man. But I love like hearing successful people share their stories. You know, it's like it's because then you see there's that common thread between all of them, and you can just apply it to yourself. You know.
For sure.
So we got the short movies in the works. We got the full length feature in the movie.
Talk
in
about
the works
Ocean
as
Views.
well.
Talk about Ocean Views.
Ocean Views. You dropped that project recently.
Yeah, well, recently it's a little old now, but yeah,
got us
okay.
I love that. I
Recent thing,
fucking
right?
love that project,
Appreciate
bro.
you.
I love that project.
You know what? That project was me trying to make happy music. You know, because I like a lot of my music is more
introspective.
and melancholic, you know, and so but then it's like, and it's a part of me, you know, like I like expressing myself like that. I don't
Yeah, all
think
my
there's
shit's
anything
super
wrong.
depressing. Me
It's
too.
okay. But then I really realized like it's like, what are you investing into? You know what I mean? Like, what is it that I wanna make happen? You know, I don't wanna be sad all the time. I want to be happy, you know. So like, let me make some happy music, and like the way people resonated with it, like I got a lot of positive feedback from it, like where obviously people were like sharing in the happiness, you know. And I really enjoyed that still.
I feel like
Appreciate
it's, yeah, no, for sure, bro. Because honestly, it was good to see all that love, like, you know, because it's like, bro, like out of everybody, not to be on some weird shit, but like, yo, you deserve it, you know what I mean? So it's like to see people finally give you that, like, that nod was like, that's what's up. And then like, yo, just that one John, all my bills are paid. I'm just doing one thing. That was my joint, like for a couple
Yo,
months.
it's a good feeling, right? It's
It
a good
is,
feeling
man.
when you pay all your bills. That shit feels good, man. So that's what I'm saying.
I got to
that's
hear
the
that
joint.
when I filmed that Hustle episode for you at your studio.
Yeah. I
That's the
played it
song
for
you
you.
were- yeah.
True.
I don't know if the project got dropped yet or.
No, I don't
got an
think so.
exclusive.
There you go. You got the
you got to hear
exclusive.
something.
You got the exclusive.
What's next in the works?
So me right now, I'm launching the BST Life Productions, the Best Life Productions. This is like the third chapter to me. I had like Cali Productions was the first chapter, Merker Music was like the second, and it's like the third chapter. I'm trying to venture off into like online learning for engineering and stuff, so people can learn how to mix and stuff. Yeah, exactly. So I'm putting that together right now, and also to because I find like the beat game right now, it's everybody's doing the same thing, and I think it just favors the producers way too much, you know. And me, I'm like equal parts artist and producer. I'm not a rapper that also produces or a producer that raps. I do both equally, and I don't like that there's that shift, you know what I mean? Like right now, artists, they're paying for studio time, they're paying for beats, they're paying for videos, they're paying for it's like everybody's eating off of the artist, but it's like if there was no artist, nobody would be eating,
true,
bro.
that's
Like it's, you know what I mean? Like,
true,
and
true.
and then the artist doesn't make any money after, like 9 times out of 10. So it's like they're weighing the whole investment and with little to no return most of the time, you know. So I'm trying to figure out a way to like balance the scale a little bit more, and like, because I like how the production is available widely now, you know, on YouTube and everything. Like platinum, to me, this is like industry quality production that you can just get. When I started out, it wasn't possible. So I think that's amazing, But I don't think it's right that they're leasing the beat over and over and over and over and over again to artists, and then when somebody buys it exclusively, they just stop leasing it. But everybody that leased it before, they still have access to it.
Yeah.
Then they're leaving it on YouTube, so like people are
you can
still
still rip it,
using
yeah.
it. Like it's it's like it's sold. Okay, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't like that. I feel like that's unfair to the artist. So I'm trying to come up with some different ways to kind of balance the scale where it's like, well, producers have to eat too. I'm not saying that like it should shift the other way, but it's just right now it's all leaning on the artist, and I want to
It's
try to
super
do something to
important.
like
Super
balance it out, so to make production available like at a reasonable cost with like at least some type of exclusivity, you know what I mean? Not
Yeah, fuck YouTube beats. We did that. Remember the song we did with Adamo Connect?
Yeah. You remember what happened when we tried
Yeah,
to promote
so
it?
he got us a YouTube beat, recorded over the YouTube beat. The guy spent so much money on the music video. I think like a week later, after the video dropped, like another artist from Montreal used the exact same beat.
wow.
Same
But that's
Fuck
the thing.
YouTube.
That's the thing. Honestly, because Ocean Views, that's the thing too. Ocean Views, they're actually YouTube beats. Okay, it's a album. I didn't actually make any of the beats on it, but the guy's name is Ocean Beats, I think, or something like that online. So that's why I got with Ocean Views, and all those beats are sold beats that I ripped off YouTube. And then when I dropped it, like multiple people hit me about, this is my version. Oh yeah, I dropped it 3 years ago. I have this. Like, and that's just like, you know what I mean? I don't have like a worldwide like million people reach or something. So it's just within like my vicinity.
Exactly.
I had like multiple people be like, oh yeah, I did a joint on it too and whatever. And it's fine. I knew that when I was doing it, so it didn't bother me. But I'm just saying, like, imagine, like, because I'm a producer, right? So I just make my own stuff. I know it's exclusive, and I don't have to worry about anything, right? But as an artist, you're out there, and then you're shopping, and then you see a beat, and you spend $500 for the exclusive, and then it's like, people are still dropping songs on after. There's no, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's a good experience.
That's what, if I had to drop a gem today for artists specifically, I would tell them develop a serious connection with a producer.
Exactly, because that's the ideal, right? That's what you go from. That's why I think the YouTube beats are perfect, because you have platinum production for free basically that you can just play with, and then from there, ideally you want to have that one-on-one producer, relationship with a producer.
That's what I do with my producer. I find a beat on YouTube, write my shit to it, and then go to him and I'm like,
Something
here's
similar.
the beat. Find the BPM, change the melodies, let's go. And then we just work from there. And like we've recreated some really dope fucking tracks.
There you go.
Shout out 808.
Okay, I think we're running. It's getting that time of the day that somebody's got to grab a gem.
You're put on the spot now.
I hope you're ready for this, man.
I have a gem like this at my studio that I keep within hands.
No, you're not allowed. That's
that
our
my
thing.
sister bought me. No, it's a little bit smaller than this, but it's
Okay.
this exact same one though. So I'm very familiar with this. I'm at home with this.
Perfect.
And so I have to drop a gem. My gem is gonna be super cliche, but it's literally the motto that I live by. So I would have to just say, never give up. Like that's. Just never give up, you know what I mean? Like, because you can't lose, you know what I mean? You can make mistakes, it's not a failure, it's not a loss, right? Until you give up, you know what I mean? When you give up, then it's over, but otherwise it's just a learning experience, right? So just never give up, man. If you just never give up, you'll always win.
Man, you heard that.
That was
Never
intense.
give up. Think of that picture of a cat holding onto the clothesline. Keep hanging in there. You know what I
No,
mean?
you know what picture I see? Honestly, it's that meme where there's the guy with the pickaxe digging in
Yes,
the dirt,
yes.
Okay.
and he's just about to
Right
get to the
there.
diamonds,
Yeah.
and then there's another guy on the top, and he's going, and it says, "Never give up, because you never know how close you are." And so I think it's like it could be the next song, Like, why would I stop now? It's like maybe the next song. What's the 20 years for if I don't do that song that actually,
Super
goes
inspirational.
all the way?
Thank you very much for coming onto the show,
Yo, thanks for having me. for
talking
real.
with us, dropping this wonderful gem and everything. And we definitely have to have you back in the future.
Yeah, I'd love to be here again.
Where can the people find you on social media?
So on Facebook, Merker Miyagi. On Instagram, Merker Miyagi too. If you just type Merker Music on Google, all my stuff comes up. But Merker Miyagi.
Yeah.
I'm
Look,
out
so
here.
if you want to work, hit the man up. No weirdos, please. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
no weirdo energy. Yeah, sorry.
Guess
Sorry,
I can't
Tom.
work with you.
All
Next
right.
time.
You should definitely work with him though, for real.
We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk when the cameras are off.
Thank you, everybody, for watching another episode of the Hustle Podcast. Salute.
Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Armopoulos, and these are my co-hosts. I'm Talia.
And I'm Tech Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Cause y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle, under pressure that will break a fold. Keep chasing your goals until you blow. Now, welcome to the hustle. Take money, make money, build a future forever. Even in stormy weather, we execute for treasure. The grind is real, you know. Got the willpower, Terrence Howard, hustle and flow. Rain, sleet, or snow, the odds against me for sure. I kick down them doors when they close. A sharp